excitedly. Welcome to Eskemoz. Today we caught 15 sneaky culprits that have been stealing your time. You know, those little things that you think, oh, it's just 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but they add up, people. We're talking about hours, days, even years of your life that you could be spending on things you actually enjoy. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to expose these time thieves and send them packing. Let's dive in. First up, we've got a real stickler for wasting time, being dismally organized. You know what I'm talking about? Those mornings spent frantically searching for your keys, the afternoons wasted digging through a black hole of a purse. Did you know the average person spends 2.5 days a year just looking for lost stuff? That's a whole weekend getaway to someplace fabulous, just wasted on clutter. But fear not, my friends, there's a simple solution. Designate a spot for your belongings. Keys go on the hook, wallet goes in the drawer, phone goes, well, probably in your hand, let's be honest. But you get the idea. A little organization goes a long way. Next up, we have a culprit that's near and dear to my heart, reading crappy books. Now, I'm a big believer in giving every book a fair shot. But sometimes you're just a few pages in, and you know it's not going to work out. It's like going on a blind date and realizing the person across from you chews with their mouth open. It's just not meant to be. And that's okay. Life's too short to waste on books that don't bring you joy. So if you're not feeling it, put it down and move on to something you'll love. Remember, there are millions of other books out there just waiting to be discovered. Our third culprit is a real downer, constantly reading the news. Now, I'm all for staying informed, but let's be honest, the news can be a real buzzkill. It's like that friend who always has something negative to say. After a while, you just need a break. And the truth is, constantly exposing yourself to negative news can be downright draining. It can increase your stress levels, make you feel anxious, and even impact your sleep. So, what's the solution? Give yourself a news window each day and stick to it. Catch up on current events for a set amount of time, and then switch off and focus on something positive. Chapter 4. Mindless Scrolling. Next up, we have the notorious villain of our time, mindless scrolling. You know the drill. You pick up your phone to check a notification, and the next thing you know, an hour has gone by, and you're 127 videos deep into cat grooming tutorials. Don't even try to deny it. I've been there. On average, people spend over 2 hours on social media daily. That's 2 hours you could be learning a new skill, pursuing a hobby, or even just taking a nap. So the next time you feel your thumb drifting towards that little blue app, ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? If the answer is no, put down your phone and go do something amazing. Chapter 5. Multitasking. Hold on to your hats, folks, because our fifth suspect is a master of disguise multitasking. We've all been there, juggling emails, phone calls, and grocery lists, thinking we're being super productive. But here's the truth. Multitasking is a myth. Our brains just aren't wired to focus on multiple tasks effectively. In fact, trying to juggle too many things at once actually reduces your productivity. You end up making more mistakes, feeling overwhelmed, and taking longer to complete each task. So ditch the multitasking madness and embrace the power of focus. Give your full attention to one task at a time, and you'll be amazed at how much more you accomplish. Chapter 6. Netflix Binge-Watching. Calling all Netflix binge-watchers, you're officially on our list. Look, I get it. There's nothing quite like curling up on the couch with a big bowl of popcorn and getting lost in a good show. But when it comes to time thieves, Netflix binge-watching is a master criminal. Those hours spent glued to the screen can really add up, leaving you with less time for the things that truly matter. But hey, I'm not here to rain on your parade. Relaxing with your favorite shows is perfectly fine, but spending your entire day on it? That's where we draw the line. Be mindful of your viewing habits, and remember, there's a whole world out there waiting to be explored. Chapter 7. Our seventh culprit is a sneaky one, obsessively checking emails. We've all been there, constantly refreshing our inboxes, even when we're not expecting anything important. It's like a bad habit we just can't seem to break. But here's the thing. Constantly checking your email is a major time suck. It disrupts your workflow, increases your stress levels, and prevents you from focusing on the task at hand. So, what's the solution? Set aside specific times each day to check and respond to emails. Maybe it's first thing in the morning, after lunch, and at the end of the day. Stick to those designated times and you'll be amazed at how much more productive you become. Chapter 8. All right, folks, it's time to get real. Our eighth culprit is a master procrastinator thinking about exercising. We've all been guilty of this one, spending more time thinking about working out than actually working out. We plan our outfits, create elaborate workout playlists, and even research the best protein shakes. But when it comes to actually lacing up our shoes and hitting the gym, not so much. But here's the thing. All that mental energy you're spending on planning and preparing could be used for an actual workout. So, ditch the excuses and just do it. Your body and your schedule will thank you for it. Chapter 9. Our ninth pick is a recipe for frustration, trying to change someone. We've all encountered those people, the ones who just rub us the wrong way, the ones whose habits drive us crazy, and it's tempting to try to change them, to mold them into the people we think they should be. But here's the cold, hard truth. People are going to be who they are. You can't force someone to change no matter how much you might want to, and trying to do so is a colossal waste of time and energy. So my advice, let others be. Focus on yourself, on your own growth and happiness. You'll be much better off in the long run. Chapter 10. Overindulging in food and alcohol. This next culprit is a party pooper in disguise, overindulging in food and alcohol. Look, I enjoy a good time as much as the next person, but when it comes to time thieves, overindulgence is a master manipulator. Those extra slices of pizza, those late-night cocktails, they might seem like fun at the time, but the after effects, not so much. The time wasted in recovery, dealing with hangovers, feeling sluggish, and regretting those extra helpings is simply not worth those fleeting moments of indulgence. So, the next time you're tempted to go overboard, remember, moderation is key. Chapter 11. Being a perfectionist. Our 11th culprit is a sneaky saboteur, being a perfectionist. Now, I'm all for striving for excellence, but there's a fine line between healthy ambition and paralyzing perfectionism. Perfectionists, listen up. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. The world is messy, life is unpredictable, and nothing will ever be 100% perfect. And that's okay. Embrace your flaws, celebrate your imperfections, because those are the things that make you unique. Remember, done is better than perfect. Chapter 12. Mindless mall browsing. Hold on to your credit cards, folks, because our next culprit is a real budget buster. Mindless mall browsing. We've all been there. You wander into a store just to look around, and the next thing you know, you're walking out with a new wardrobe and a lighter wallet. But here's the thing. Mindless shopping is a major time suck. It can eat up entire afternoons, leaving you exhausted, overwhelmed, and wondering where the time went. So the next time you're feeling the urge to hit the mall, ask yourself, do I really need anything? If the answer is no, stay home and save yourself the temptation and the buyer's remorse. Our 13th culprit is a recipe for disaster, balancing an affair. Now, I'm not here to judge anyone's personal choices, but I will say this. Affairs are complicated, messy, and emotionally draining. They require an immense amount of time, energy, and deception. And let's be honest, they rarely end well. So if you're looking to save yourself a whole lot of heartache, skip the affair altogether. Focus on building a strong, healthy relationship with your partner, or if you're single, on finding someone who truly makes you happy. Our 14th culprit is a real energy vampire, complaining. We all do it from time to time, vent about our problems, grumble about the weather, complain about the traffic. But here's the thing, complaining is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It keeps you stuck in a negative cycle, draining your energy and preventing you from taking action. So, the next time you feel a complaint bubbling up, stop yourself. Instead of dwelling on the problem, focus on finding a solution. And finally, our 15th and final culprit is a master of self-doubt, worrying about others' opinions. This is a big one, folks. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about how we should look, how we should act, and what we should be doing with our lives. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game, to constantly worry about what other people think of us. But here's the truth. You can't please everyone. And trying to do so is a surefire way to end up unhappy. So, my advice? Focus on liking yourself. Do what makes you happy, be true to yourself, and let the opinions of others roll right off your back. Introspective tone. You know, even Leonardo da Vinci was known for wasting time doodling. But hey, look what he accomplished. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's up to us to make the most of them. Learn to manage your time, prioritize your goals, and don't be afraid to say no to the things that don't serve you. Remember, the key to progress is productivity. Be sure to stay tuned to Eskemoz for more life-changing content.